Hello team, welcome back. And today we are going to start a new section, and in this particular section we will talk about the services. We will see how we can manage the services, we will see how we can scale up the services and what are the good things we can do with the services. In this particular section, first we are going to discuss how we can upgrade the service in zero downtime. So team, as a DevOps engineer, this is my experience, and believe me, this is the most difficult and challenging task with the software companies. The zero downtime service upgrade is just a dream for many of the companies. Very few companies in IT industry got this milestone where they are upgrading their services with the zero downtime. Else you can see the many big companies have the maintenance window, right? They are upgrading their services but they are taking the maintenance window. So there's a downtime involved in that particular service upgrade. So today we will see how we can upgrade the services in zero downtime if we are using Docker and Docker Swarm. So let's start with. So this is the another benefit and a big truth of the Swarm, that Swarm help us to limit the downtime of service update or service upgrade. With the help of the Swarm, we can do the rolling upgrade of the services. When we are saying the rolling upgrade, then what is the meaning of the rolling upgrade? What is this particular approach? So team, just take an use case. You are working on some application and that application is running on some version, right? Suppose we are working on XYZ application and that is running on version 5.5, right? Now what we need to do, we have some code changes in our application, we have some bug fixes, and we want to upgrade our service from 5.5 to 5.6, right? So there is a two kind of approach. By this we can upgrade the service. The first approach is we can take the maintenance window, we can upgrade our service, perform the smoke and sanity test, and live the application in the production. And second thing is we can't take any maintenance window and we will do the rolling upgrade. So very first thing we need to take care, when we are saying the rolling upgrade, it means the same service is running on more than two servers, right? There are multiple servers involved in that particular service on which that particular service is deployed, and they are serving the traffic to same service. So in general, in today, companies are taking the first path. They are taking the maintenance window and they are upgrading their services in the maintenance window, right? But when we are talking about the orchestration, we are talking about the Docker, we are talking about the Swarm, we are talking about the Kubernetes. So basically we are automating the infrastructure. In that case, this is also a job of DevOps engineer to implement the zero downtime upgrade in services, right? How we can achieve this? So zero downtime is only possible when we have multiple servers that are running the same application, same version, and serving the traffic to the end user. When we are saying the rolling upgrade, then we can understand the rolling upgrade with this particular diagram on our screen. Suppose we have the user interface, which is a domain, like which is a www.facebook.com. So all the users are basically accessing the Facebook from the same domain. They are just hitting the URL and Facebook is on their laptop screens. But internally, Facebook have thousands of the servers. All the servers are executing maybe the same build, or they may using this different version of the Facebook, right? But we know very well that Facebook is accessible from a single point, which is the Facebook domain URL. But in the background, multiple thousands of the servers are running, which are serving the traffic to that particular domain, right? So this is called the infrastructure. This is called the cloud or IT infrastructure. And DevOps job is to upgrade the service with zero downtime. So when we are saying we are upgrading the service with the zero downtime, then we can say that up to n number of servers are running in any service, right? So we can say over we have the server 1, server 2, server 3, server n minus 1, and server n, right? When we are saying the rolling upgrade, so you can see some servers are in the blue state and single server is in the green state. So green state means this server is basically upgrading in that particular time and this is not serving the traffic, right? All the blue servers, they are live and they are serving the traffic. So when we are saying the rolling upgrade, in the rolling upgrade we will down a single server, upgrade the service on that particular server, and again attach that particular server in the production, right? Down the another server, upgrade the service, and again attach that particular server in the production. So by this way we are not halting the user, we are not taking any maintenance window. Our service is running, some servers are serving the traffic, we are just picking one server, make it down, upgrade the service, plug in that server in the production. So by this way we can upgrade all the servers one by one, and we don't need any downtime to upgrade the service. So this is called zero downtime upgrade or rolling upgrade approach, right? With the help of the Docker Swarm, this is possible. We will see how we can upgrade the services, scale the services with the help of the Swarm, right? So service upgrade provides the rolling upgrade of the replicas. As I have already mentioned that we need more than one servers, right? We need more than one replica of the service and containers with zero downtime. So basically when we are saying we are upgrading the service, in practical, we are basically replacing the old containers with the new containers, right? We are deploying our service in a new container and replacing the existing container with the new container. Let's talk about some example of the service upgrade. Suppose you want to enhance the version of your service. As we have already talked that XYZ service was running on 5.5 and we want to upgrade it on 5.6. So we simply update the service by command docker service update hyphen hyphen image and then image name and the service name. Suppose we want to update the complete stack. So when we are saying we are upgrading, we are updating, it means a service or a stack is already running. We are just adding some configuration, we are adding some more code, we are updating the build in that particular running stack or running service, right? In that case we just need to edit the YAML and deploy the same YAML, right? All the things Docker Swarm will automatically handle, that how much container will be downed at a time and at what time the container will be again attached to the production. This is the complete job of the Docker Swarm. You don't need to bother about it, you don't need to do any extra stuff for this. So let's start with some Nginx service, right? Let's start Nginx service on port 8080, right? And start with some lower version. So let's go to the hub.docker.com. So you can see here we are on hub.docker.com, right? And this is my dashboard. Let's search for Nginx. So Nginx is a web server and we can see the official image is here and it have 10 million plus downloads. Let's open this image and we can see we have a lot of versions available. So the older version we have 1.14.2 and the newer version we have 1.15.12. Let's do one thing. Let's deploy a service with this particular version 1.14.2. For this we need to open the terminal and create the service. So here I'm on my terminal. Let's execute docker service ls to identify is there any service running. So you can see the Postgres is running, right? What I will do first, I will remove this particular service. So I hope this service is running inside the stack. So I will put docker stack rm, then my stack name, which is postgres os.stc. So you can see it is removing all the services, right? We will again execute docker service ls and you can see nothing is running. Just clear out your console. Now create the Nginx service. So we can create the service by command docker service create hyphen p, define the port, suppose 80 for the container and 8080 for the outer world. Now we need to define the service name hyphen hyphen name. Suppose we are going to define web underscore server, right? Then I need to define the image name, which is nginx 1.14.2, right? This is the image which we want to deploy. See 1.14.2, right? Hit enter button. So you can see it is creating the service. So it will take few seconds. Just wait. So we have to wait until the service will be ready and it's done. If you will execute docker service ls, then you can see the web server, right? Nginx image 1.14.2 and single replica is running. So this service is running. Now we will play with this particular service. We will see how we can scale up the service, how we can upgrade the service and all other stuff, right? So first we will see how we can scale up any service in horizontal. When we are saying the horizontal and vertical scale, so horizontal scale means we are increasing the number of replicas. We are increasing the number of containers. When we are saying we are upgrading the service vertically, it means we actually upgrading the resource in current service. We are increasing the number of CPUs on the server, we are increasing the RAM on the server, we are increasing the hard drive on the server, right? So today we will see how we can scale the service horizontally, right? For this, we need to add more replicas of this particular service. For this, you can execute the command docker service, scale, then define your service name. In my case, it is web underscore server equals to define the number of replicas. So suppose I want to define the number of replicas 10. It means I want to execute 10 containers which will execute the nginx. Just hit enter and you can see it is preparing all the replicas, right? So you can see the different stage of the replicas, like starting, running and preparing, right? It will take some time, depend on your internet speed, and it will show you the result like verify service covered. Now if I will execute a command docker service ls, then we can see the 10 replicas are running, right? Earlier only one replica was running. It means 10 containers are running in this particular service. If you will clear out the console and execute a command docker service ps, then service name, then you can see the 10 replicas are running, right? One replica was started 2 minutes ago and rest all 9 replicas started 40 to 30 seconds ago, right? Some are running on server 2, some are running on server 1, right? And they all are running with the nginx image 1.14.2, and this is the name of my services, or you can say the name of my task which is running inside my service, right? Let's clear out the console. So we have seen how we can scale up the services, right? Here we don't need to down the service, we can scale up the service with a single command, right? You can see I didn't stop the running container, I just added more containers in the existing swarm. So same command I have mentioned inside the slide, right? And I will attach this particular slide with this particular lecture so that you guys can get the help. Now let's see, we want to upgrade the service. We want to upgrade the nginx version in my production. Suppose we are running this service in the production and we are running 10 replicas. Now we want to shift my nginx from 1.14.2 to 1.15.12, which is the latest one, right? So this is the latest one, 1.15.12. So how we can upgrade the service in the docker swarm? How we can perform the rolling upgrade or the zero downtime upgrade in the docker swarm? For this, you need to execute a command docker service update service name, which is web server. Then I need to define hyphen hyphen image, which image we want to deploy, which is nginx 1.15.12. Yes. And then we need to define the service name, which is web underscore server. So over here with this particular command, we are updating or upgrading the existing service. Which service? The web underscore server service. And what I'm upgrading? I'm upgrading the current nginx image, right? From version 1.14 to 1.15. Just hit enter. So you can see it will upgrade your service one by one. So over here you can see right now it is upgrading your service on task 1. It means on container 1. Now it is switching to the container 2. So this is called the rolling upgrade. Actually it is just picking one container at a time, upgrading your service and then picking the another container. So what is happening behind the picture? It will remove the one container from the production, right? Upgrade that particular container, then again plug in that particular container in the production. So by this particular way, your traffic will not get any impact, right? Your traffic is still working. Your users are still able to access your service. All the things are basically happening behind the picture. User don't feel any downtime. They don't get any outage. They don't get any 404 or 504, right? They will not get timeout or resource not found exception on the UI, because all the things happening behind the picture, and you can see all the servers has been upgraded. Now if I will execute the command docker service ps, then my service name, then you can see all the containers are basically upgraded on 1.15.12. And as I mentioned earlier that it will replace the container, so you can see it has already shut down the container which was working on the earlier version c, and it has plugged in the new containers, right? See, this is the scene with every case. All the 10 tasks basically have stopped the earlier container, the earlier version container upgraded to the new one, right? Let's clear out the console. Now suppose what you want to perform, you want to switch your Nginx from 8080 to 9090. How can you do that, right? For this, you need to execute the command docker service update hyphen hyphen publish hyphen rm, and your old port was 8080. Then again need to put hyphen hyphen publish hyphen add and the new port, and my new port is 89090 port 80. Hit enter. Oh, I need to provide the service name as well. Now hit enter. So you can see it is again upgrading container one by one, right? So it will not again impact your existing user base, it will not impact your running application. It is doing all the things behind the scene, right? Now some of the containers serving the traffic on 8080 and some containers are serving the traffic on 9090, but your end user will not get any downtime, they will not get any outages, right? So this is the way how we can perform the rolling upgrade with the Docker Swarm. This is the simplest way, you can say the best example of the IT infrastructure or best example of the orchestration in the IT, right? So with the Docker Swarm, we can achieve the zero downtime with minimum impact. So you can see all the services are done. If we will execute the Docker service PS and my service name, now you can see the two servers is being stopped for every task. A new server is being attached because we are upgrading the port. Just clear out the console. Now if we will execute docker service ls, then you can see it is running on port 9090, right? If you want, you can access that particular service on any IP. If I will put the IP of my cloud machine over here and put 9090, then you can see I'm able to access the Nginx, right? It means Nginx is working in the Docker Swarm. Now let's go back to the terminal and stop this particular service. So how we can stop the service? Docker service rm and then the service name. Hit enter, right? Now again execute docker service ls. Then you can see no service is running. If we put docker service ps, then my service name which was web underscore server, then I will not get anything, right? So all the services are being stopped, right? So we have seen how we can upgrade the services and how Docker Swarm help us to maintain the zero downtime during the upgrade. What we need to do, we just need to containerize my application, we just need to execute my application inside the Docker, and Docker Swarm will manage all the stuff for you on the production. So Docker Swarm is very helpful for the production, right? This is a really production tool, right? This will work like the Kubernetes and Ansible, right? When we will learn about the Kubernetes, we will see Kubernetes is much more advanced than the Docker Swarm. It has their own cookbooks, it has their own rules and own arms, right? So we will see when we will learn about the Kubernetes, right, in the coming lectures. Today we are discussing about the Docker Swarm, and you can see Docker Swarm is really a production tool, right? So thank you, team. Thanks for your time. If you have any question, any doubt, then please let me know and I will happy to help. Thank you, team. Thanks for your time.